y'all, and welcome to another edition of A Word in the Whip. I promise I'm gonna get a song, like make some type of original song for that. Y'all, so it's Wednesday, so y'all know how I do. I gotta let out some steam. I gotta tell what's been on my mind. Whew. Personally for me, it's been some revelations just about how at times we're like so passionate about our walk with Christ, how it can come off to other people as intimidating, how we can oftentimes do the most by trying to get people to feel how we feel, do what we do, and a lot of times we can come across very condescending, very judgmental, and I had to realize, like, I'm guilty of doing that. Now, all the time, no, but I have found myself at times caught up with somebody else's walk and what they're not doing and what they should be doing when I wasn't, and when I was like making it seem like I had it all together. And like I say all the time, we don't ever have it all together. And even though like your intent behind what you're doing is like good, but it's just the message kind of gets lost in translation. And I feel like that's been like the little theme of the week, because did y'all see the video from Pastor Todd? If you have not seen the video, I advise you to go watch it, but I'm going to warn you, it's nasty. And that's another example of how you can be so, which I think he said it in his apology video, like he's so passionate about the word and bringing the word to life that in his demonstration, you lost a lot of people. You kind of had people like, not kind of, but he literally had people like, sir, like, what are you doing? Like, you're doing the most. Like, that was just a little too much. And that's how kind of you can, like I said, lose the message and lose what you're trying to do. And it's since we've been talking about like change and, looking within yourself and figuring out, what you could do better, how you could be a better person, a better Christian, a better daughter, mother, sister, brother, cousin, whatever. I felt like it was necessary just to speak on it, because like I said, I've had instances where I've gotten into it with people because they may come to me complaining about something, and they see that I'm trying to come up out of maybe something that they're going through at the moment, so they look at me as their relatable witness, right? And like, I'm telling them like, hey, you should do A, B, C, and D. This is what I did. This is what worked for me. And when they don't do it, sometimes I may vocalize like don't ask me for help if you're gonna continue to keep on doing the same thing and then cry about it later. Or I'll be like, well, why aren't you doing this? Have you done this? And I literally like I think it was like last week, I had to have somebody that was close to me be like let God work on me and let God work on you, because if you're too caught up with what I'm doing, you're gonna miss out on what he's supposed to be doing for you. And I was like, like, it kind of cut me deep, but I needed to be checked in the area. And it's like, we're supposed to be able to give people grace. We're supposed to be able to disciple people. We're supposed to be able to encourage and uplift people, and do all of that. Share our testimonies and hoping that it's going to help somebody else going through the same thing that we've overcame, right? But again, in our humanly way, a lot of times it crosses a line. It's like a boundary. And then, you could say something that could hurt somebody's feelings, and then you get upset because they mad, and you're like, but I'm just trying to help. Like, it's just like so many things. And then you see kind of how like people think about you once you like tick them off, basically, like, oh, this is why Christians are hypocrites, and this is why I don't go to church, because the people this and the people that, and you think y'all done forgot where y'all came from, and da 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 da. And I never want that to be the case for me. Like, when I'm dealing with somebody who's asking me for my advice, or asking me to help them understand something about the Bible, or understand something about just like the Christian journey, like, I never want to come across as intimidating. And I even read in a devotional that I read about change every day, and it talked about kind of how when Moses would go up to the mountain and speak with God alone, and how he came back, and it was just like, came back to the people to, you know, relay the messages or whatever God wanted to say to them, and his face would be glowing, and it would be like so bright that the people couldn't get close to him. They were intimidated, they were kind of afraid as well. And so he ended up putting this like veil over his face and wearing it so that they could come close, so that they could you know, get close to him, so enough so where they can know what God wanted for them. But in no way, shape, or form am I saying to hide your relationship or just have a relationship with Christ privately. But I'm saying sometimes, like I said, when we're so yeah, a word in the whip, y'all. We're gonna have some distractions. But anyways, sometimes when we're so passionate about a thing, and you're trying to get people to see it, and you want people to feel, like I said in the beginning of this video, to feel the passion and feel the way that you feel about something, the way in which we go about doing it can be lost in translation. Like, it could be, the whole point could just be lost in this whole dramatic conversation or presentation, you know, whatever. So, and I feel like I kind of related to Mike Todd in that way, not so much as spitting in my hand and then putting it on somebody's face, because y'all, like I said, it was gross. And if you want to watch a video, go watch a video. But it's also kind of funny to me how quickly people will literally let you know how they feel about you, or how they've been thinking about you when you do something wrong. It's like people sometimes wait for you to mess up. And like I said, when I was starting on my, you know, rededication, and I would be doing good, and then somebody would say something to me or get under my skin, and then I would blow up, and they'd be like, see, you ain't no better than me, you ain't no better than me, you just, and I just used to be like, yeah, whatever. But as I say, we're not perfect, we're not Jesus Jr. Like, we're going to mess up, we're going to do things fall to flesh, but the key is to repent, you know, and turn away from it quickly, you know, and not just stay there and learn from it. But like I said, with Mike Todd situation, so many people had so many things to say about this man. Like, and I've been feeling like the last couple of days, like, okay, like, he's not the first person to do something out of the norm at church. Now, like I'm gonna keep saying, it was trifling to say the least. But at the same time, like, why are we so quick to, like, point the finger as if we're perfect people? Like, we're not perfect people. Like, when you encounter Jesus and when you have a relationship with Jesus, you understand that you're not going to be him. You're going to do stuff that people are not going to like. You're going to say stuff that people are not going to like, and vice versa. But at the same time, like, where is the grace? Where is the mercy? Where is the thought of, like, I see what you was trying to do, brother, you could have did better, sister, you could have did better, you could have did it in a whole nother way and called it a day. Like, so many people, like, was so quick, like I said, they be preying on you, P-R-E-Y, like, preying on you sometimes when you claim to be a Christian, or when you know, say that you're a Christian, because they're waiting for you to fail, because for some odd reason, people tend to think that Christians think that we're perfect, like, or, you know, once we become Christians, that, like, bad stuff shouldn't happen, or we shouldn't do things. Like, no, we're imperfect people serving a perfect God. And it's just like, Could he have done better? Yes, he could have. But it's all a process to me. And I even believe that somebody made a video stating that this wasn't his first time doing the spit demonstration. And if you don't know, just basically he was talking about vision or something like that. And he used the story of when Jesus spit, and not when he mixed it with the mud, but I think he spit and just rubbed it on somebody's eyes, the blind person's eyes, so they could see. And he literally spit in his hand and wiped his spit in this whole pandemic COVID world, wiped his spit on, I think it was his brother's face. And when I saw that, I think my sister Kayla, she sent it to me. She sent it to our group chat, and this was like, what's your thoughts? And right then and there, I was like, I bet you so many people have been waiting for something as crazy as this just so they can be like, see, that's why I don't go to church, because people be doing the most. People be thinking they Jesus. He ain't Jesus. That's his spit, not Jesus' spit. Da, 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 da. Like, just talking so bad about him. Even now today, the man has apologized, and people are still like talking about it, breaking it down like celebrity preachers, and you shouldn't listen to him because he's not teaching the sound doctrine. Like, I don't even really like pay attention to a lot of his videos, but what I have seen on social media is that he's very, very into demonstrations. Like, I didn't seen him be like in a pool, I didn't seen him bring people on the stage, I've seen him do all types of stuff. Like he said in his apology video, I'm very passionate about what I'm doing, and the ways in which I do can sometimes, like I said, can sometimes get lost in people paying attention to what I'm doing and not the message. And I just hopped over here to say, like, we have to be careful as Christians not to allow our passion to not only just intimidate people and make them want to turn away, but we also have to like understand like there's ways in which we should go about doing certain things, and to not make it about you. Like, because I feel like there was a point of him that, you know, yes, he was passionate about it, but there was other way, like, I want to be, you know, like the first person to do it. I want to go viral. I want you know what I'm saying? Like, it could seem very like self-centered in a way. So I just want everybody to just understand that your relationship with Christ is your relationship with Christ, and it's a process in and of itself. Like, I'm not perfect, even with the things that I have grown to know, and the love that I have for God, and the love that I have for Jesus, and the relationship that I have. Like, I'm still not perfect. I make mistakes every day. I make mistakes in what I say to people, how I come across to people, what I think about people, like sometimes even what I think about myself. But the key is to understand that this is all a process, and we're not perfect. We're not going to get everything right. We're not always going to hit the mark. But at the end of the day, when we don't do it, we expect somebody to give us grace. And to be all real, we expect Jesus to give us grace, which he does, and we don't even deserve it. So as a Christian, this is what I am charging you all to do, is to understand everybody needs grace, and give people the room and the ability to mess up sometimes, because like I said, we're not Jesus Jr. We're not perfect people. And like the person that I had a conversation with, like when they told me like, you're basically and I had to say it too, I was basically supervising someone else's walk, and it turned them away. It made them not want to follow after Christ, because they felt like, well, dang, like, is it all of this? Like, is it militant? Like, no, God is a God who loves. God is a God of compassion and understanding. And even when people like Mike Todd mess up, who are on have this huge platform, that are supposed to be winning souls for Christ and discipling and pastoring and teaching, they're not perfect either. And a lot of times we put these people on pedestals, forgetting that they're going to mess up. And I just pray that he learned a lesson. I pray that his congregation understands, like, this ain't something we supposed to be doing. Like, let's figure something else out. He could have used water. He didn't have to use spit. But I think it was just his way of, like I said, he calls it passion. I say it could be passion plus you just want to, go viral as well. So I pray that he kind of gets his mind into a better state as well. But y'all, just give the man grace. Give the man grace just like God gives us grace. Like, that's the most important thing. And know that we can be passionate, but we also have to be compassionate as well. And just pray for the people who are on their journeys, and pray for us who are already on the journey or have restarted our journeys, or have been, on the journey for some years with Christ to do better, because we can be so strict and so kind of like the Pharisees, like you got to do this, to show that you know God and show that you love God. But at the end of the day, we don't know, and God knows our hearts. And just I just, like I said, I just charge you all to just give people grace, space, and understand that you once needed grace. You need grace every day. Your walk is a everyday process. So allow those around you to what does it say? Bear one another's burdens. Be there for one another when they stumble, and just give them allowance for some of their faults. And pray that they'll learn the lesson and do better next time, right? So I'm praying for Mike Todd, because I could not be in his shoes, even though we know after this week or maybe next week it's gonna, that viral moment will go away. But just having to be in a public platform and people just dogging you and talking bad about you, and they don't even know you, don't know nothing about you, but just what they see, like, that has got to be stressful. I know it is, and it can be very overwhelming. And I feel like, I just feel like, we just have to watch how how we're coming across to people. Be ourselves, but just remember how we come across to people, because, like I said, we don't want to intimidate people and turn them away from the faith. We don't want to gross people out. We don't want to do the most and then end up losing another soldier in the army of the Lord by the things that we do for ourselves and ain't even consider asking God, should we do it or not. It's all about wisdom too. So yeah, y'all, that's all I wanted to talk about. I had to get that off my chest because I just been seeing so many videos about this man on TikTok and on YouTube, and I'm just like, come on, y'all, he made a mistake. Let's move past this, because y'all not perfect either. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. To me, it may be a little all over the place, but I hope you understand what I was trying to say. Remember, y'all, to give people great space. Allow them to shake it off and know that every day is a progress, but continue to stay in the process and choose joy, choose love, choose peace, stay at peace, keep your peace, move in peace, and just show love to everybody, y'all. And stop talking about people. Peace.